places, gotta love it all, yeah. You try to make me feel like being human's wrong. You got a lot to say about me and my past. Well, I don't get it, cause I don't judge you like that. Got me running other places in my mind, in my mind. How could you even say I never tried, never tried?
To begin this video, I'm going in with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I usually take this primer and apply it around my T-zone first of all, and then I'll just rub it all over my face with my fingers. I feel like this is the way to get the best application. And then I'm going in with this little Estee Lauder sample foundation, and I'm applying it with this Real Techniques foundation brush. And if I miss any of the names of the products or the shades or names of brushes or anything like that, I'm going to include everything in the description box. So if I miss anything, you can just check there and it'll be there. And then I'm going in with my Anastasia Cream Contour Kit. This is a throwback. The OG Contour Kit. Mine is actually kind of dry. I think it's because I've had it forever, but it still worked. So, I mix the white shade and the yellow shade together, and I'm just applying it with this little Morphe flat brush. I'm going to apply it underneath my eyes. And I'm also applying this down the bridge of my nose and on my cupid's bow and chin and forehead. And then to blend everything out, I'm going in with my beauty blender, which is damp, as always. Always be sure that if you use any kind of sponge or anything like that, they usually work better if you get them damp. Not soaking wet, but damp. And I'm going in with this little e.l.f. precision brush with the middle shade from the Anastasia palette. And I'm just going to put some right underneath my cheekbones and then around the forehead. And then I'm going in with this Real Techniques stippling brush to blend everything out. And here you can really see how dry my contour kit is, because this brush is barely even blending anything out. It took me so long to blend this contour out. I mean, it looked fine in the end, but I think it might be time for me to retire my palette because it is so dry. So I kind of switched between the stippling brush and the beauty blender, and it helped out to blend everything out. And then I'm taking that same beauty blender and I'm going to blend out any creases that came out underneath my eyes or on my eyelids or anything like that before I set them. And then I'm taking this NYC loose powder, and I'm taking it still on my damp beauty blender. I feel like this way works best to set my concealer. It just makes it look very airbrushed. And I'm kind of baking, but the way that I bake, I always take a little bit and kind of put it down underneath my eyes, and I'll press it into the skin so that it really sets down my foundation, and then I let it sit on my skin for a little bit. And I also bake my eyelids. It just helps my eyelids from creasing throughout the day, especially if I don't wear any eyeshadow on my eyelids. And then I took that same powder and I also set my chin, my cupid's bow, and my forehead, basically everywhere that we put concealer at. And then I took the powder also underneath my contour. And then I don't let my baking sit for very long, so I feel like it can kind of make me look too white. So I usually let mine sit for 2 or 3 minutes or so, And then I'll just take my big foundation brush that I usually use to set my foundation, and I'll just wipe this brush all around my face. So to start the eyes, I'm going in with this really light pinky shade from my Tarte and Bloom palette. And I'm going in with this big Ecotools crease brush. And I'm taking this as a transition shade. So I'm putting it right above my actual crease, like kind of in it and a little bit above it. And the less product I get on my brush, the more I blend upwards, just so that everything's kind of like seamless and everything blends upwards very nicely. And then I'm going in with this shade right beside of that first pinky one. This one's a little bit more of a mauve tone, kind of like a medium tone mauve. And I'm going in with this It Cosmetics brush to do that, and it's just a crease brush. And whenever I take this color, I'm going a little bit deeper in the crease. I'm mainly focusing on my actual crease. And then the same with the last shade. The less I have on my brush, the more I blend upwards, so that everything's kind of like seamless and there's no harsh lines. Okay, and then I'm going right back in with that mauve shade, and I'm sweeping this across the lid with this little e.l.f. brush. And I'm just making sure that the intensity of this shade is the same all over the eyelid. So I'm taking this dark kind of purpley burgundy shade on this small smudge brush from e.l.f. and I'm pushing this shade into my lash line to kind of give the look of eyeliner without actually having to do eyeliner, and it's a little bit softer than having to do eyeliner as well. Then I'm going back in with the light pink shade and my big fluffy brush. I'm just going right above the crease, trying to blend everything out, make sure there's no harsh lines or anything like that. Then I'm going in with this smaller It Cosmetics brush, and I'm going in with that darkest shade that we used, and I'm kind of creating like a V in the outer corner. I decided that I wanted this to be a little bit smokier, so I'm putting this shade right in the outer V, not any higher, not any lower, just right in the outer V to really cut the crease out. Then I'm going in with this Bobbi Brown bronzing powder on this little Ecotools blush brush. And I'm just using this to carve out my cheekbones. And whenever I do this, I always be sure that whenever I blend up and not down. If you blend down, it makes your cheekbones look more kind of like sunken in rather than having them look higher. And then I'm going in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer on this big MAC Studio brush. I love this blush for bronzer. It's so nice. It's so big, but it's very dense. So whenever you apply it, it doesn't go everywhere, but it still bronzes you instead of contours. And whenever I apply this kind of more higher than I did the contour shade, so that it blends in with my blush and everything. And whenever I bronze my forehead, I try not to go too much in the middle of my forehead, just kind of like around the edges and then around a hairline. And then I'm going in with this Lorac blush. I can't remember the shade I used. I think it's Cinematic, but I'm not sure. And I'm using a little e.l.f. blush brush to apply this. And as always, whenever I apply my blush, I always apply back on the cheekbones, and then I work my way to the apples of the cheeks just so it ties in everything. And I love this blush with this eyeshadow look. I just feel like the mauves really complement each other very well. Then I'm going in with my Laura Geller, what is the shade? I do believe it's Peach Glow. If it's not correct, it'll be in the description bar, but I believe it's Peach Glow. And I'm going in with this little MAC Studio brush. Sorry. I'm applying this highlight to my cheekbones, to my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and right above my eyebrows. And then I connect the highlight on my eyebrows with the one on my cheekbones, so I have that kind of like all over glowy effect. Then of course, go back in with your big fluffy brush and blend everything out. And then for the lower lash line, I'm going in with that dark purpley burgundy shade on the little smudge brush that I used earlier. And I'm putting this right in my lower lash line, very, very close to my lower lash line. And then I did a little bit of last minute blending on the top. And then I'm taking some more of this shade and intensifying the V in the outer corner. I'm basically using my lower lash line as a guideline. So I'm taking the line that I've drawn on the bottom and I'm connecting it to the V on my top eyelid, if that makes any sense. I'm just connecting like the outer edge of my eyelid on the bottom with the edge of the top. So it's like one continuous line going out. And then I'm taking this small It Cosmetics brush, and I'm going in with that second shade that we used, the mauve color. And I'm just going to go ahead and begin to blend this dark purple out. Whenever I do this, I kind of, I will blend out the bottom a little bit, then I re-intensify it, take some more of the purple and make it connect more to the top of my eyelid and everything. All makeup looks are basically about blending and then re-intensifying the color and just finding what works for you and what works for your skin tone and stuff like that. And then the lip color that I'm wearing is the Tarte lip paint and Lauder. I'm using the lip liner and the liquid lip for this look today. And then that's the completed look, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up or like this video. Don't forget to subscribe or leave me a nice comment. And I guess I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks, you guys.